In this video, I'm going to show you how to reduce the number of points in the point cloud. The original file, the whole file is almost 52 gigabytes. That's all 101 setups for this particular project. I exported them as individual E57 files, so it has each setup 1, 2, 3, so on, all the way up to setup number 101. This setup here, which I'm going to be dragging in, has 649 megabytes. So I'm just going to do a simple drag and drop into CloudCompare. This global shift scale screen will appear, and I just hit yes to all, and it brings in the I believe it's like 2.9 million points. Actually, it's 29 million points. You can see right here in the lower left in the properties panel. And I want to reduce this point cloud down, and I'm going to show you a couple different, I'm going to do a couple different factors here. The first one will be a factor of 15. So there's this subsample tool. So you have the point cloud selected and have this setup 1 highlighted. You can kind of see that it's highlighted by this yellow box. And you hit the subsample button, and I have selected method is space, and the minimum space between the points, I'm going to first select 15. Okay, so that's roughly about half, and that minimum space, it's reflected upon a distance, and the distance in CloudCompare, I had a hard time trying to figure out what the native units are. It is metric, and I have a rod target that is set at 1.5 meters, so I was able to confirm the rod height using that. So I select 15 and I go OK, and you're going to see in the left in the database tree there's going to be a subsampled point cloud, and then as you look in the main viewing screen, you can see that's super sparse, and the points generated for that was 450 points. So yeah, that's a little bit too sparse, and I think I set it at 15, and that's the distance for that. That's 15 meters. So I'm not going to use that one. So I go back to, I'll shut this sample off. I'm going to go back to the original point cloud. I'll do another subsample of that. I'm going to change the subsample to 1, and OK. Okay, and this is, so the amount of points on this one is 58,000, a little over 58,000 points, almost 59,000. That's still pretty sparse, so I'm gonna shut this subsample off, turn this the original point cloud off, do another subsample, and I'm just going to slide the bar up. So it minimum space between points is going to be 39. That'll be 39 centimeters. So we'll before I do that, I have to first highlight that subsample. And we're going to go, I think that was point, yeah, we'll just try that. um, 0.34, actually I'm going to bump that just a little bit, 0.3987. And I'll just go OK. All right, and you can see here that's 255,000 LiDAR points. Still seems a little sparse, and I think I'm gonna try minimum space. We're gonna do 25.25. 25. Definitely more points for this one. And see, that almost has 500,000. So yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty good number to work with. And it's the reason for doing this is that there's going to be so many other redundant points as I put in all the other setups. So I think I'm going to use 0.25 for this particular project. And that's going to be my 0.25 is going to be the subsample using the space method. And the other thing I want to show you too is how I determine the distance, the native distance. I know right here at the end of this concrete pad, I believe it's right here. Actually, I think it's right here. There it is, right there. See that? I'm just gonna turn on the original. This is the original point cloud here. You can see the tripod legs right there. I'm gonna do a quick cut. So I'm gonna segment out this area. So you just create a box. You start with a left click, left click, left click. When you're done with your box, just hit a right click. That closes the box, and I'm going to segment everything inside. I want to keep everything on the inside there. So I'll hit the segment in, and there's the section, and then you have to actually hit this little green check mark, confirm that selection. Now that's the segmented section out, so then I'll just shut everything else off, and you can see all the other point clouds are gone. And now I'm going to take it from top plan view to a side profile view, and now you can see there's the that's the tripod right there. Ground level is where my cursor is, and that's roughly the middle of the target. So then you can go, we can use the measuring tool, the point picking tool. It's like this little crosshair. And you could select an individual point, but I'm going to use the second. It's selecting 2 points, and it'll give you a distance. So I know roughly that's the top of the target, but we're roughly going to pick the middle, and then I'm going to go roughly to the bottom point there. Oh, that was incorrect. There, and then there, middle. Okay, I'm picking off. I'm going to change the profile view to another side. Okay, you can see where I was picking. I was actually picking way over on this other side. So I'm gonna repick that again. I'm gonna go right about there and to there, and that's another. Yeah, that's off. Let me go about there to there. Okay, there we go. And so it says 1.47 meters, and I could just kind of confirm that I'm not picking off in some yeah, you can kind of see that's I believe I could select, I can edit that point. Yeah, I want to pick that point and that point. 1.4, let's look at a different profile. Okay. I really like how it zooms it way out there. Alright, it's a little bit off. I picked the side, but you can kind of see that's 1.42 meters. So the distance when you look at back to what the original purpose of this this section was to actually do a subsample to make your point cloud a little bit less cumbersome when you use other software, whether it's Global Mapper or Microsurvey or one of the other CAD software packages out there. So let me. So if you like that measurement, you could actually save that. You can hit the save button here and save it, close it. Now that's a part. It's a part of your the bin, and then in the end, you can save this particular subsampled. I believe it was this one here. No, that's the whole one. It's this one here. As the subsampled is the last one. So you could highlight that sample, and then you can export that subsampled point cloud as an E57 file or a LAZ file, doesn't really matter. And so you just go to save, and well, that'll save it as a bin, but then you can select LAZ, go back to E57 format. It's up to you of what style file type you want to save it as. So, and I think that's all I want to show for this video. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year.